We have 2 boys and a daughter. Katelyn is a very bubbly girl who likes everybody. Very outgoing. She's very independent too.
You know, her love for it, huh?
Yeah.
For dancing. It defines her. It defines her personality.
On March 27th, our daughter Katelyn was in a very tragic car accident. We were here at home and the phone rang and I saw it was Katelyn's number, and then I said hello and I could hear Mom, and then it went dead.
Once the car started to flip, I just remember like all my other senses zoning out, but like I just remember watching glass fly up in slow motion and just feeling like, oh no, this is happening. And it was just all in slow motion until it completely landed on the side, and then everything was super fast then.
So we decided we went up to the accident site.
Yeah, and it was taking them a lot longer to get her out.
They had just extracted her when we arrived. And when I got there, they weren't letting nobody up, but I just kept going. I'm the one that kept going, and I found her, and she was in, I didn't see her arm, it was all covered. They had her on a stretcher, they just pulled her out. So I bent down by her, and she just said, you know, Dad, I'm real sorry. I said, there's nothing to be sorry about, you know? And it was so hard. And she goes, Dad, just don't let them take my arm. And I just said, well, they're going to do everything they can not to, honey, I promise. You know, they're just going to do everything, and we'll be praying. And it was the hardest thing to do that.
I felt like I was just like in shock. Like, is this a bad dream? They sent her right to Reno, and that was the longest trip of my life, going to Reno. Because they got there a long time before us. She was in surgery before we even got there.
I'm very thankful because by the time that I got to Reno, they told me that I lost like 6 pints of blood, probably. I'm so thankful though because they saved my arm and my life.
It was hard. It was a week and a half before I even started to come out of the fog.
We stayed up, I think, the first time, 43 hours, the first go-around. We didn't even, before we even took a nap or something, because it was in and out. But we knew we had to just stay there. But we didn't think about anything going anywhere. We weren't thinking about that, except when we walked outside closer, going east of the hospital a little bit, we remembered our daughter-in-law had stayed at the Ronald McDonald House. And we said, well, I think it's real close.
They had told us that they had a room, and it was right there. We were just so grateful. Some nights we wouldn't even be there all day, but I remember going there in the evening, and you don't realize how much stress you've got in your back and this and that, and just going down on the bed, face first, and not even moving, falling asleep right then, you know.
It was so, I mean, they'd call us, oh, you have to, oh, I mean, you're there in 5 minutes, if that. I mean, to be anywhere else was not even, I don't think we would have even been able to come.
Oh, no. You know what? There's no way you could afford a hotel. There's no way. And it was just right under a full month that she was in there.
Just the food and the gas and everything.
I think we'd have had to have left her some and come home and then not
but that'd be
got
unthinkable.
to be down there.
At this time to think about something that is unthinkable. Mm-hmm. You know? I don't know.
It's amazing that, like, if I'm, like, just sad in the middle of the night or I need someone, like, my mom is right there. I can just call her and she could be here in a second. It's just amazing. Like, I need, like, you need that. Like, in the hospital, like, children, they need their mom. Like, that's, like in the accident, that's the first person I wanted was my mom. And it's just really awesome just to be able to have her be here.
You know, they had food daily. If we wanted to have dinner at 10 o'clock at night, we'd just go down and heat it up.
A lot of times that's what we did.
Because you really can't keep a schedule.
You know?
When she was in ICU, I stayed with her. And then the next morning she goes, you can't stay here anymore. And I go, why? She goes, because you kept me up all night snoring.
Oh, so our daughter's so
So the
very
next
independent.
night, he stayed. And she said the same thing.
Did
So we were very grateful that we were just right out back so that we could come
Well,
over
then
there.
They love staying at the Ronald McDonald House. My mom loves the food. She loves the people there. She likes to interact with everyone. She says it's a good time, and that makes me happy that my mom gets to be happy.
I feel good about the future because of how strong my sister is and how positive she is.
I never thought this could happen to me. Like it can happen, but you don't think it's gonna happen to you. I still don't feel like it did happen to me.
I wouldn't wish anybody to have to go through what we did as far as their child getting into an accident. But the Ronald McDonald House is so much more than just a place where you can stay. Like I said, the fresh food, 24 hours a day, you can do your laundry. They even have a computer room. I mean, everything is just perfect. It's very healing for the families that need it.
Next for me is just to be able to get my skin graft and be able to get the skin on my arm, and then I'm going to work on recovery. I'm hoping, I'm going to go to rehab a lot. I'm going to drive back and forth from Winnemucca to Reno because they have really good specialists here, and I'm going to work on getting my arm back to normal so I can go back to dancing and everything.
It was just amazing how she just bounces back. Just, okay, time to go. There's no, why, don't tell me for her it's like, don't tell her she can't do something. Because she'll show you she can, no matter what it is. That's why I could still see her starting to dance soon. I don't know why, I still feel this thing, because she'll find a way. I think she will.
Now that I've been able to see the Ronald McDonald charity firsthand and be able to be helped by what they do for our family and other families, I noticed that for the first time that what the box actually does when you go into McDonald's, it helps out a lot of people, and it ends up taking a lot of load off of families, just being able to donate just a few dollars or spare change, whatever you have, and it helps out a lot. Without that, we would have been lost.